Yeah, I'm Jacqueline Gable. I'm currently a student at KT University and I study material physics and nanotechnologies.
Okay. How do you personally enjoy your course? Like, what made you to choose that particular course?
Well, I was really interested in both physics and chemistry, and I wanted a kind of a medium between the two, but also something that I could work on that was more innovative for the future and that I thought was useful for myself and for the other people around me.
Okay. Now let's dive into the deep questions. Basically, I feel deep questions get more personal and we can get more value from those questions. So the first question is, what is that one incident in your life, or maybe a series of incidents, that broke you down, crumbled you so much, it was so painful, and that had a huge impact in your life, that changed your life completely, something like that?
I would have to be honest and say it's when I moved to Italy. Moving to Italy really shaped a lot of my character, I'd have to say, because it was really hard for me to make friends because of the social barriers, the language barriers. And however, this incident, although it was hard for me, I think I was able to go on a 4-month exchange to Estonia, in which I was able to not have this language barrier and talk to whoever I wanted to talk to, which really grew me as a person and helped me to realize that it's up to me to talk to and start conversations with other people and to get out there, be who I want to be, not be shy, and to find the good in everyone.
Okay. So the same continuation question. So that had a good impact in terms of to change you into a good person, to be more generous and kind.
Yeah, also I think just more outgoing and not so timid.
So putting yourself into an uncomfortable zone, like getting out of your comfort zone, made you to grow and to develop. But is there any specific painful situation, kind of an accident or something very painful or a loss that transformed you to a new person?
I can't say there's any particular like one to pinpoint a moment in time. It was more of just the overall aspect of not being able to connect with people. It was easier to connect with beforehand.
Okay. Okay, coming to the second question. In terms of spirituality, do you believe that does God exist according to your opinion, and what is your opinion regarding the spiritual aspect?
Well, I personally I'm very religious myself, and so I do believe that God exists, and I think, in regard to spiritual aspects, it's a very important part of my life.
Okay. So in terms of spirituality, how do you connect with God? Like, what is the medium through you connect to God? It's a meditation, or what's the method you apply?
Well, for me personally, the medium I apply would be prayer, of course. Just like to
Prayer.
I pray.
Loud out prayer.
Yeah, to just like this communication between me and God.
Okay. So what is your call on intuition? Like, how does God speak to you? You speak to God through prayer, and how does God speak to you?
Well, I think we can receive it both in, I believe in these revelations in a sense, but also just because I know that God has a plan for all of us. So we act on our own, of course. We make our own decisions, but overall, it's this bigger picture in a sense. So I do believe that we receive sort of this intuition from God in a way.
So what I personally feel is to get a message from God or to receive those signals, we should be in a calm, composed, and relaxed state, so that when our mind is clean, still like water, we can catch that frequency and get some intuitive ideas.
Yeah, I also agree, like having to be open to the ideas, to desire to understand and want them.
Okay. What is your personal special virtue that you have, like a good quality that you have?
That's a tough question. A good quality I have. Well, I've been told recently that I see the good in everyone, even if they're like really bad people. So I think that's probably my good quality that I have.
Yeah, actually, that's a very good quality because it tells much about you than others. Because what we see in others reflects us. Because if you are a good person, around you, everybody is a good person. So that's the perspective of the spectacles that we view the world. So that's a very good, valid point.
Makes me feel better now.
Okay, what is that one idea that you'd like to share with the world? A technique or something that you discovered by yourself?
Good question. Well, there's so many techniques. That's too hard of a question.
Like, which comes to your mind first? You can just tell that thing.
Like any technique.
Any technique.
Any technique. I mean, I'd probably just steal the one that I said in today's lecture. The whole the idea that just dying here. With that, to put your phone away before a little bit of time before you go to bed, just to have the time for yourself to read and to reflect. I personally like to write in a journal just to have that day's ideas put on paper to understand myself better.
Okay. I'd like to share one thing, and so that you can share more perspective on that. For example, this old friend method. I read it in the book how to influence people, that 92 tricks, like how to talk with anyone, 92 tricks. So in that thing, the second trick is like, if I want to become a friend with you, so I have my old friend Sai over here. So I should just imagine that you're my old friend like him.
Okay.
So automatically, subconsciously, my body language and the way I speak to you, everything will be the same how I speak with him. So eventually we'll become good friends like that. So that's a old friend technique. So likewise, do you apply any technique in social aspect of your life?
In social aspects of my life? That's a difficult question. Usually it's just I go up to people and be like, I think also for social aspect is to not judge the people, just because I know like we have a lot of like pre-ideas about everyone we meet probably because it's just how we are, we jump to conclusions. But I think just waiting for them to tell me certain things or for me to wait for their response instead of assuming what they'd be like.
Okay, the final question. What is that thing that you do for your personal growth? For example, what I do for my personal growth is I listen to podcasts, audiobooks, or some motivational, useful, purposeful, informative YouTube videos. So like that, do you have any particular practice or habit that you implement in your life for your personal growth, for your evolution?
Well, personal growth, I do try to, in my mind, I go, okay, what can I do today? And then at the end of the day, I like to be like, what have I accomplished that was cool or better than what I did before? And it's really simple. Usually, like, I talked to someone else today, or I got to know them better, or, oh, look, I finished a project finally. So just like 3 things I was proud of today, or like 3 things I could work on better.
Okay, so you practice journaling, like you express gratitude at the end of your day, and you will write like what have you accomplished on that particular day. You revise it.
Yeah,
That's a good method.
Like, did I do enough today? Could I do more tomorrow? Type of thing.
Okay. Apart from my questions, do you have something from your own side to tell it to the people?
Well, I can't think of anything currently. Just to be yourself, to go in the world, and to share what you have.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.